Welcome to the Elegant Adventure Hour, brought to you by Beanie Weenie. When beans aren't enough and you need some weenie, Beanie Weenie.
For some reason, the brain that jumped from my head right then was Tums.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Beanie Weenie's a thing. Have you guys? So tonight I had chili with nitrate-free hot dogs in it. So that is kind of like Beanie Weenie. Good times. All right, let's get off of this. Lovely title screen and get you into the game. Got some business to take care of. See, make it gun, and activate. Say goodbye to the tavern music. Oh, actually, the tavern music will continue to play because you are in the tavern. So, let me go into narrator mode.
So when we were last here, the Elegant Eight found themselves at the Pickled Wyvern Tavern and the adjacent Pickle Wyvern campground. You made your way to a conversation with Mr. Jazz Hands and Spanky Saltine, whose name seems to change every time I load him up. But anyway, Spanky's consistent. You learned that things are afoot with the Black Cult of the Dragon. You learned that there was a bit of a secret mission that you've been asked to undertake through Mr. Nick Maylock and his dealings, now he found out, with the Harpers. You've been instructed to locate some parts of something called the Arconic Wayfinder, and have been presented the first part as part of your journey. There are rumors that downstream in some mine, you might find one of the parts, but it remains to be seen. You were also secured a sketch with some kind of a parts list. Accuracy remains to be seen. It was an artifact stolen at great cost by the Harpers from the Black Cult of the Dragon. As of now, you've not encountered any of these black cultists, which is a good thing, as it has made your dealings with the local merchants and your trading much easier without having to also fight yourself off. So this evening is winding down. Spanky has suggested it's almost time to head to the camp for the night. He's going to be making his way there shortly, and the rest of you, we're in the middle of shopping, going through your goods, making sure you're prepared. You don't know what the future brings and when you'll be availed a merchant or a drink, honestly. So you're going to make the most of this time. And that brings us to now.
So worth noting, down in the southern part of the pub is a second merchant. He has more goods, more general goods. So if there's anyone who is missing anything, he also has access to the back room. He works for the Pickled Wyvern. Hell of a fine fellow. His name is Vendro the Vendor. Right? He's local to Daggerford area. But he did open up Bloodbath and Beyond, a shop, going through a bit of bankruptcy problem right now, in the city of Flon. So, anyone who wants to do any more merchant dealings, you can head down to the south. Double-click the merchant to engage. Admire the yummy smoke and steam coming off of that piglet being roasted. I assume it's a piglet, not a human, being roasted in the fire. Any last questions before we get to Mr. Jazz Hands? Mr. Jazz Hands wants to sort of exit the scene. As a matter of fact,
I'm gonna take my leave of you. I may not bed for the night, but I'm gonna go sit by the fire in the camp. I'm good to go with all of my items, and barkeep, deliver one more round to the campfire. I will see you all when you join me. You head to bed. Good night.
Right.
And with that, Mr. Jazz Hands makes his way through the pub, out the front door, and you hear him sort of walking around outside. There you go.
We don't have free movement on, do we?
You do right about now.
Unc's old brother.
Yeah.
Hey, has anyone tried to buy magic weapons from these folks, or is it like a no-go for magic?
So what you know is that the merchants might have something. Mister, if you have specific needs, Vendro the vendor, might be able to hook you up. He has some backroom goods. But you also know that depending on, look at your backstory, depending on sort of how in you are with the locals in various places, there's more or less trust to show you the secret goods. Now, in the meantime, I remember, and so feel free move, go to the merchant. Please don't wander out of the tavern until we chat. I'm not saying that something is going to happen, but I just don't want people to split up. Anyone who wants to do some of their inspiration, play some of their inspiration cards or leverage them, this is the time to do that, right? If you're going to plan to attune to anything, maybe crawl your inventory so that, I'm guessing you're going to go to bed for the night unless you're going to hang out all night by the fire. This is the time to choose that one item that you want to attune to. So, Karen, you were first. You had asked about potentially doing some night school, correct?
That is correct.
So night school. So night school, for those who don't know, it's an inspiration card that you earned. I don't remember how, but anyway, you can distribute 5 points amongst your attributes, but doing so can't push them past 20.
Boo. All right.
Now, does that include racial bonuses or no?
No, that's just your base.
Okay.
You were probably making a joke that went way over my head, but I think what you meant was,
just thinking like I would love to, stack my abilities like super high,
Yeah, so like if you have like a +8 on something, you get to keep your +8. This is just that you can't push your route.
Cool.
I'll take from those 5 plus like 2 to dexterity and 3 to charisma.
Okay, so dexterity +2 to dexterity is going to take your dexterity to 17. And charisma is how many? 3?
3 left.
Okay, you want all of it in charisma, you said, right?
Yeah.
So you guys, you don't know if it's the light or, playing tricks or what, but for the first time, as you gaze at Karen, she's starting to look like pretty good, right? Her features have smoothed out.
The ale.
All the patrons sort of like turn around. Hear mutters of like, is she some sort of a half-orc model? But yeah, like she's exactly. Yeah, Karen may not be the right name anymore, right? It may be Kareen.
She still wants to see her manager.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, she's she's a deep drink of Kool-Aid, and also far more dexterous. It has a lot more dexterity. So there you go. All right.
Should I delete that from my inventory, or do you do it?
If you're allowed to delete it, you can. Otherwise, I will delete it for you. But it must go away. Did it let you? Yep, it did.
Yep.
I also removed the inspiration from your character sheet. So you have used your inspiration. All right. So, Karen, you are free to move about the cabin. Do whatever you need to do. There's a merchant down south that's self-serve. If you want to talk to the merchant, let me know. Who else? Anyone else want to roll with anything? Okay, I see Mr. Big.
Do I have to attune to the gauntlet of the ogre, or is that just I always use it?
I will look after I do Mr. Bing. I will let you know. Where is Mr. Bing? I'm trying to find him on the map.
He's down
Did you
here.
move?
Down by the vendor.
Ah, there you go. Vendor, the vendor. All right. So what do you have? Oh, you also have night school. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So you can use
So-
some love on yours. Yes.
So we're going to 20 on wisdom and 20
Alright.
on charisma.
Okay. So that's 20 here and charisma. That leaves you 2 more.
And let's put those on constitution.
Yes.
You're talking to everyone always, Mark. With the charisma.
Well,
Right.
so Bing, for a brief moment, Karen looked pretty okay, but suddenly doesn't feel quite good enough.
Only when I speak.
For a group, I'm gonna tell you, for a group who doesn't do a lot of talking,
Yeah.
you guys have a whole lot of charisma. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and
But
delete
when
your.
we do, it's important.
That's true. I'm gonna remove your your night school card, Mr. Bing.
Thank you.
And yes. And your inspiration goes away because you only had 1 card, right? Like that was it.
Yep, that's it.
I mean, you might as well use it or lose it, right? At least you hadn't been robbed. Next up was Favia. Anything? Do you have your card? You don't have night school, do you?
No. I have
So what-
cards, but I don't have night school. I have inspiration, deep thought, and smite.
Oh yeah, you have 2 inspirations. What is smite? I think smite's a really badass one. I smite the horse rode in on, roll a 1d10 and multiply that by 10. Reduce the health of that poor creature by that percentage. So yeah, this is like a devastating one-use card. And then deep thought.
I
Concentrate.
know-
Think deep thoughts. Just this once you can know a thing. Anything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty powerful. Okay. I was too many martinis when I made these cards up. I don't know what I was thinking with night school, you guys. I don't know how I ended up on 5 points. That was just ludicrous. Anyway, okay, so you're good to go. Shop to your heart's content.
Am I down
Karen,
by where the merchant
There's
is,
a
or-
better merchant down to the south, Karen, in case you wondered. Matter of fact, I think Beavis is gonna jet.
Okay.
He just left. Because yeah, his prices were nonsensical. Okay. Let's see. Skylar, let's do you. Skylar. Where's Skylar? Skylar. Okay, so you were asking about the gauntlets of ogre power.
Yeah.
And I do not think this needs to be attuned. Does it? Or maybe it
I didn't
does.
think so. I just wanted to check.
Hold on. Let me see here. No, yeah, it does not require attunement. Just
I
needs
don't
to
think
be.
that anything.
It just needs to be equipped. And then from inspiration, you do have an inspiration card. Yours is called Snake Oil.
Like a
You
healing
pull a
thing.
mysterious vial from your pocket. You may use it to heal 1 creature to full health. The vial will return to mist once used. So yeah, so this is like almost like a resurrect. And you all know that you might as well just call it the Nick vial because he's the one who will probably end up being dead. The problem with an inspiration card is that you can't play it on yourself if you die. So it's a very selfless one. All right. Next up would be I'll do Noodle. What is hers? She has inspiration catnap. You find a mushroom growing in the damp bit of floor. You eat it, blank for a second, and you have instantly long rested. Oh, that'll be handy for a moment when you're not going to go to bed right away. I don't think she has anything to attune to. Oh, and that's neat. Okay. Yeah, she has nothing that she really needs to attune to. So she's good to go. And then finally, last and most definitely least, is Nick Maylock. He has Snake Oil. So it's the same. He has a very similar one to. He has a similar one to Mr. Skylar. So you can use it on each other. And does he have anything that he needs to attune to? Attunement required. So he has a staff that he can attune to. And do you think he would want to attune to the staff?
Probably.
I have to look for where attunement is. So many options. Description. Magic item. All right. So I'm going to attune him, which means that he can use it after his long rest, but he can't use it before. So he is now attuned to the spider staff, and we shall equip it. All right, that's it. Who'd I miss? Anyone? All right, has everyone found the merchant to the south and doing their own thing? I mean, you guys are rich as hell now, so you might as well buy some stuff.
Can I speak with him about the back room?
I do believe that can be allowed.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Bang.
Me too.
Hi.
Let's all go with Bang.
So you're looking for something special, are you?
I am. I'm looking for the best leather armor you have.
Can you be more specific? What do you mean by best?
The one that will protect me the most. Or
I
perhaps
assume-
offering.
Are you looking for magic, or are you looking for just leather?
If you have it, I'm very interested in it.
Flash him some cash, man.
You know, magical leather's mighty expensive.
I'm aware of that.
And most leather is still within the light armor range. Now I do have one piece in the back of oops, sorry. A +1 leather.
Lane.
And how much might that set me back?
Give me 1 moment. Let me go in the back and take a look. I'll be right back.
+1 leather? That's not good.
Better than what I got.
True. Karen and I need some smashing weapons.
How can I turn down the music volume
I can hear you from the back
in
room.
this? Because I can barely hear you, Tom.
I think it's playlists.
Oh, it is the play. Okay.
So I was trying to turn up my voice. Yeah, so it's play with playlist.
It's the
Indeed.
music note up there, right? On
Yes.
the right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
Alright, friend. As you know, your normal leathers never bring you the tender. This is +1. So I will give it to you. Friends and family discount, because I see we'll be friends. I'll give it to you for 500.
Is Vindro still in the back?
Can you guys
You're
No.
really soft.
Yeah, you're super quiet.
Okay, one moment. Something's wrong. Mic is cranked.
Is it your voice thing, maybe?
Yeah, something's up. I'm trying to figure out what's up. Give me uno moment here. Let's see here.
I think he just swallowed a balloon, like the helium. Oh.
And clear my voice. Sorry, I had a gnome in my voice. Am I better now? Is this too loud?
Perfect.
Is it good?
Good.
Something with, I've got a bit of the COVID going on. Sorry. Anyway, as I was saying, for a mere 500 gold, I will give you this +1 leather. But you can tell no one, as I don't want a line forming outside of my shop here.
You got any weapons? Plus something better than one?
I'll be with you in a moment, friend. I'm gonna do my dealings with what's your name, sir? Mr.
Bing. Cyrus
Bing.
Bing.
Bing. Has anyone ever told you you have dreamy eyes? Very charismatic.
To tell you, I've got a startup that I might want to interest you in.
So I've got it. 500 gold. Do we have a deal?
500 gold.
He said
It'll be waiting in the back if you decide no. That's fine. I understand. Plenty of buyers.
What's the AC on this +1 leather armor?
That would be 12 AC. You have a +1 bonus on AC while wearing this armor.
I just put some studded leather into the party inventory that is 12 AC. That anybody's welcome to have.
Ah. Okay, then is anyone else interested in this +1 leather?
Oh, did you buy it?
No, but the studded leather in the party inventory would work just as well for me.
it's all you, buddy.
He's also selling regular studded leather that I was thinking about buying too.
Oh.
Because it's one higher than mine is.
And it's
You know.
I'm assuming it's still like nice and quiet. Like it's not like
It's still light.
chainmail. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
light armor and it's not like clink 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 clink.
What?
Mm.
I'm not. Is it as quality as mine? And you're new here. Let me give you some advice. Best not to undermine the merchant in front of the merchant. If you want goods and services in the future. I get it. You're new to the area, but and I also appreciate that you probably are carrying some stuff that you didn't know you were carrying. But the bottom line is, Mr. Green person, you just cost me a sale. That troubles me.
Well, if you've got some magic weapons, you might make some sales.
What kind of magic weapon you looking for?
I'm looking for something in an axe. Two-handed axe.
Give me a moment.
And while you're back there, look for some other weapon.
Can you be more specific?
A
Longbow.
sword. Longbow, or sword. And dig into
Anything-
the good stuff, man. We got cash.
Anything special about the sword?
Magical.
Alright, let me look for this axe, and I'll be right back to check out.
Something that is perhaps good fighting dragons.
Ooh.
have a couple of axes that you might find of interest. Now, they are on the pricier side. You look like the kind of person who could wield a +1 battle axe. Or if you want something with a little more jazz hand, I have something called the Giant Slayer battle axe. Now,
Ooh.
your normal +1 axe, that'll gonna set you back about 1,000 gold. But if you want the Giant Slayer battle axe, these are very rare. And a little magical. It's gonna set you back about 7,000 gold. But think of the joy.
Why don't we get prices for all of them and then negotiate? Like, see how much money we have, and you can negotiate a discounted rate. I whisper to my friend.
Do you plan on fighting any giants? Are you heading into the mountains? This battle axe does an additional 2d6 damage against giants.
Ooh.
Right? It also knocks them prone. You
Can
don't
we
seem
get?
interested. I have one more potential axe. It's not
I'm
quite
really
as
looking for a two-hander.
Alright,
You have anything on
So-
a great axe?
I do. Although, it's not going to bring me the profits that I had hoped. Now, I have 2 axes. Now, you've got your great axe +1, right? It's +1 to hit, right? Like this, there's a little bit of a bonus. It's a two-handed. It is heavy, but you look like you can wield it. And this is gonna set you back 1,000, right? It's not gonna knock a giant prone, but it's gonna definitely bring some damage down upon the skull of whoever you hit. Now, if you're looking for something with a little bit more bragging rights attached to it, I do have a vicious great axe. Now this is an enormous axe, and it features 2 twin crescent blades mounted on either side. It's designed to be wielded with 2 hands, and cleave foes in a twain. So when you roll a 20 on your attack with this magic weapon, your critical hit deals an extra 2d6 with this damage, with this weapon type. Now, I can't believe I'm going to say this. The +1 great axe, 1,000. This vicious great axe, I'll give you for the bargain price of 350 gold.
Run through the vicious great axe again.
It's pretty simple. It's a normal, day-to-day, it's a normal great axe. But on the occasion that you crit, right, it'll deal an additional 2d6 damage, right?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The flip side is, the +1 great axe continually gives you +1.
It's tough, I have to say.
Do we have
It is.
negotiating power together, folks?
So, I heard rumors of swords. I brought a few swords ahead. What kind of a sword are you
Yeah,
looking
let's
for?
talk about the swords. I'll think about the axe situation.
Well,
Are you looking for a great sword or a long sword? What are we looking for here?
I currently use a Morning Star or a sword. By the way, how do I check the damage of my current weapon? I can't figure that out in the current UI.
Well, typically for your damage, you're going to be looking into the details, I believe. So let's see. Let me see your weapon. What are you carrying right now?
I'm carrying a Morning Star. Oh, I just figured it out. The damage is 1d8 piercing +3, and the sword and the long sword is 1d8 slashing +3. So it's the same.
Interesting. So, you are in luck. I've just come upon an unbelievably rare, one would say almost wondrous weapon, but it is quite expensive. Now, I'll show it to you if you have any real intent. because it's gonna run you about 2,000 gold.
I
But
can
it's called
afford that.
It's called the Dancing Greatsword. So you can use a bonus action to toss this magic sword into the air and speak the command word. And when you do so, this sword will begin to hover, fly up to 30 feet, and attack one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. The sword uses your attack roll and abilities for modifiers to damage roll. So, while the sword is hovering, you can use a bonus action to cause it to fly up to 30 feet to another spot within 30 feet of you. As part of the same bonus action, you can use the sword to attack one creature within 5 feet of it. Now,
And then does it come back to your hand afterwards?
after the sword attacks for the 4th time, it flies up 30 feet and tries to return to your hand. If you have no fan free, it falls to the ground at your feet. If the sword has no unobstructed path to you, it moves close to you as it can, and then falls to the ground. It also ceases to hover if you grasp it or move more than 30 feet away from it. But as long as you're within 30 feet. Now, it is 2,000 gold. It is very, very rare.
To gold ratio these days, my merchant friend.
Would you like to, what, platinum to gold? Is that what you just asked?
Yeah.
I believe we established it's 100 gold per platinum, or is it 10?
10.
10 gold per platinum.
Well, so it's 2,000. So let's see. Let's do
Would you like to
our
see other
friend
swords?
Pardon?
Would you like to hear about any other swords?
Well, first I want to know what Fabia can get, and then we can maybe negotiate a bulk price.
Now, I do have a friend who has access to a Vorpal Greatsword that'll set you back minimum 24,000 gold. But you don't seem like the kind of fighter in that kind of a market quite yet.
What's the Vorpal sword do?
Well, you get plus 3 bonus on attack rolls, right? And when you attack a creature that has at least one head with this weapon and roll a 20 on attack roll, you cut off the creature's head. Like, instantly. If it only has one head, it just instantly dies.
Would you like a potion? Can I trade a potion of full restore and some platinum to broker a deal for the Vorpal?
This is cash only, and I'd have to have this couriered here under guard. So that's gonna probably set you back another 500 gold just to get it here. Alternately, well, because I don't keep such expensive weapons here in the Pickled Wyvern. This is under lock and key in my main store and Bloodbath and Beyond in Flan.
2,500.
I think you've misunderstood. 24,000, not 100. Yes, 24,000. Do you think that you'll buy a single cleaved weapon for 2,400 gold? Everyone would be wielding 2,400 gold weapons if it was a single cleave weapon. My goodness.
And the other one you suggested was how much was that? That was 2,400 then.
The Dancing Greatsword was 2,000. There may be some wiggle room on that. Look, there's other things. I have one other sword. Let me find it here. Are you looking for two-handed or one-handed? I didn't verify that.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Alright, so if you want to spend a little bit more, we do have something called the 9 Lives Stealer's Longsword, right? It'll run you around 8,000, plus or minus. You get plus 2...
8,000?
8,000, yeah, 8,000. Oh, is that above your pay grade? Let me see if I have something cheaper. What, listen. Instead of me guessing my way in, my friend, can you give me a price range?
So I confer with my friends, like, we have gold individually and we have party gold, correct? So does it make sense to, like, figure out what we want and then see what we can buy as a group?
Look, come closer, What's your name, sir?
Skylar.
Skylar, we don't need to involve everyone. Yeah, I like my dealings to be, one-on-one and a little bit more hushed. Look. Don't tell anyone about this, because I hadn't decided if I was going to sell it, but you seem like you're above board. The last magical sword I have, and then everything else is just, highly well-crafted swords, significantly cheaper. But this one might be more in your price range. I have something called the Long Sword of Life Stealing. Alright? Now, when you attack with this sword, if you roll a 20 on the attack roll, that target's going to take an extra 3d6 of necrotic damage, right? Unless, of course, it's a construct, like a stone golem or undead, right? Because, necrotic damage against undead, not a thing. And check this out. The reason it's got its nickname, Life Stealing, is because those hit points you steal from that creature, you get as temporary hit points. And this can be yours for the low price of 1,000 gold. But you walk away, the deal's gone.
And I can't confer with my friends?
No, not for this price. The price will go up if you start to engage your friends. I hear you're trying to, all of you together, better deals. But this is my one-time deal with you. Would you like to see a picture?
Oh yeah, sure. And is it 1d8 on that or what?
It's a normal longsword. Yeah.
Oh, so that's 1d8.
But with the potential for 3d6 necrotic damage. Right? And stealing the life force of someone else. I mean, if that doesn't make your testicles swell, what would?
Cool. I want the dancing sword, so I'm gonna wait for that one and see if I can work with my friends to make that happen.
All right, I will place it aside. I'm not gonna guarantee that that it's gonna be around when you make your decisions. But there you go. Let me put
Can you please help my friend here?
Away.
Can you please help my friend here?
Ah, yes, your friend. What's your name? You fine-looking green creature.
No, Karen.
Karen, is that who you want me to help, or are we talking about this wee lass in the green
Yes.
clothes?
Fabia.
Fabia, that's a lovely name, Fabia. What can I do you for?
Do you have any longbows?
Do I have a longbow? Yes, I do. I have a longbow. Can you be more specific?
Ones that would help in fighting dragons, maybe?
Oh, that's wildly specific. Let's see. Are you looking for something with a consistent damage? Or are you looking for something... excuse me. Are you looking for something that, is occasionally interesting? Like, say, when you roll a 20.
Yes, both.
Both indeed. Alright. And how much are you looking to sell? Or to spend?
Not 24,000 gold. That's a little high.
Alright.
Less than that, though. 1,000, 2,000, maybe.
Let's see what we got. What do we have? Well, I do have something. Nah, you wouldn't be interested.
How do you know?
Alright, well, I have two things. So, from a consistency perspective, I have a +1 longbow. Now, at Bloodbath and Beyond, I can hook you up with a +2, a +3. We have different inventory there, right? But I also have something called a vicious longbow, right? And you may have been hearing there's a whole vicious group of weapons, and this longbow, it's beautiful. It's here, look at this. Share. The workmanship on this thing is just lovely. Now, It's made of laminated woods and a taut string capable of launching deadly arrows at very long distance. It's a long bow. Right? It is two-handed. But here's the vicious part. When you roll a 20, when you crit, your critical hit deals an additional 2d6 damage. Which is kind of badass. And you, lass, seem like the kind of elf who crits regularly. Tell me I'm not right. Now, this is a very reasonable weapon, and will only set you back 350 gold. But I wouldn't walk away with just a longbow. You might want to consider some arrows.
Well,
And that's where things get interesting. You mentioned wanting to do some damage to something like a dragon, perhaps. Am I correct?
yes.
Well, I can give you a quiver of arrows of slaying. Now, you mentioned specifically dragons. This is going to cost you. So, when I say quiver, I should be very clear. Three arrows. An arrow of slaying is a magical weapon meant to slay a particular kind of creature. Some are more focused than others. For example, there are arrows of dragon slaying, or of blue dragon slaying. So, when you purchase it, you'll have to specify the kind of creature that you're trying to hit. Now, once this is done, this arrow of slaying takes damage. This creature will take damage from the arrow. And here's what happens. It'll have to make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. Or, now this is where it gets fun. It will take 6d10 piercing damage on a failed save. Or, worst case scenario, half that damage. You can recover this arrow, but it will become a normal arrow at that point.
Ooh.
And how many for 3 of those arrows? How much?
Only 1,800 gold.
Only 1,800.
I don't like to split the set. I will sell you. Look,
Do I
you
get
seem
any
like a good
deals
loot.
if I buy a bow and the arrows?
Yeah, I'll break the set. I'll sell you one arrow for a mere 600 gold.
It'd be kind of rough if that arrow misses, though.
Yeah.
Ah, well, that's the good news. If this arrow if the arrow misses, there's a chance that you will be able to retrieve it, right? Because it doesn't lose its properties until it actually does the damage. So basically, you gotta ask yourself, is 600 gold worth 6d10 piercing damage?
How much is the +1 bow?
Just a +1 bow?
Yeah.
Like your normal +1? Let's see. And you is this a longbow, correct?
Yes.
So your +1 longbow is gonna drop. You're gonna run about 1,000 gold for that, right? Because you have that consistency, right? That's why I asked. Are you interested in sort of the magic jazz hands of a vicious longbow, or the consistency of a +1 longbow? You pay for that consistency.
My suggestion is, I think you should get the +1 longbow, but
Oh,
actually, I would rather invest the money in Karen's weapon, because Karen is typically front line and does the most damage. So like, if we want to like take out people, it's like, let's beef up Karen's weapon, and or my weapon, and then up your +1 bow. Like, I think that would make sense from a party strategy. What do you guys think?
Wait, as opposed to what?
What I'm hearing is your friend wants to pool the money.
I wouldn't have Noodle or or I totally forgot our caster's name.
Nick?
Maylock, thank you. They don't
Wait,
need magical
Did
weapons.
you say
like-
Nick Maylock?
No, I didn't say that name.
Earlier this week, someone was in here looking for him, Mr. Nick Maylock.
What'd you hear?
Well, we'll discuss that after our dealings.
So what do you think? Do you think you should get Karen, myself, and the +1 bow and negotiate a better price?
Well, if you're pooling your money, then you might want to consider the Berserker Great Axe.
How much is that again?
Why are you sitting on something called the Berserker Great Axe?
I can't tell, you know, how serious you guys are about this stuff, right? And also, this requires attunement, and I don't know. Are you you willing to attune to a weapon? And
Burying
honestly,
the lead here.
do you feel like can you guys scrape up 6,000 gold between the lot of you?
How much?
I thought you were big spenders, but then the negotiating of this Skylar character here, like it's caused me pause. I'm not sure that you're carrying any money.
Do you have money in party gold, or is it all divided? I just
That's
don't
what I'm
know.
trying to find out. That's what I'm trying to find out. I can't find the party gold sheet.
Tom, can you drop the party storage closer to us?
I shall move it for you.
Thank you. Right behind him. That's awesome.
Sure.
Any
No,
other
there's no
questions
money
that
in
will
there.
that will pull you closer to a sale?
Wait, so there's no money in there. How much gold, how much platinum do you guys have? I have 127 platinum, which is 1,200 gold.
Yeah, I've got like basically 1,000 gold.
I have
Same here.
104. Yeah.
Gold?
Platinum.
Oh yeah. So we basically have 3,300 gold.
How much does Nick
How about
have? I feel like Nick
how much
might
does-
have like a lot.
What does Nick have?
I think Nick would take. So Noodle has 104 platinum pieces. You guys can do the math yourselves.
So that's 4,000 gold, 4,200 gold.
Nick Maylock has. Where's Nick? I have so many windows open from all your shopping. Give me one second.
Yeah. So I'm not a fan of us spending all of our money on like one.
Nick has
Weapon.
112.
I
Trying to
don't
get
think
a
it's going to
control.
make enough difference to us to.
Yeah, no, I think we'd be better off all getting like just the simple +1s.
Yeah.
But just for fun, can you tell us about the Berserker Great Axe?
Yeah.
It's
Let's hear about that.
something
Yes.
I'm gonna dream about tonight.
I would be delighted. And again, I mentioned, you know, this is my branch office. I'm just here. You guys were lucky to find me. I'm typically at Bloodbath and beyond. So, you know, in Flan. If you ever make your way to Flan, it is a long
It's in
way
Flan?
from there. It's in Flan. Yeah. So the Berserker Great Axe. I need to keep my voice down. So lean in. Look, it requires attunement. I mentioned that, right? It's 6,000 gold, but I might be willing to come down a bit on that, depending. But you gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon, right? So, and while you're attuned to it, your hit point maximum increases by 1 for each level that you have attained. I know, right? Now,
So
There's a
+1
downside.
damage. Oh, downside. Oh, okay.
I mean, with that badassery must come a curse. So, I've not attuned to this axe, but I'm told that this axe is cursed, and when you attune to it, that curse extends to you. So long as you remain cursed, you are unwilling to part with this axe, keeping it within reach of all time. So, you may buy this as a party, but God help anyone who tries to touch your axe. Now, you also are going to end up with disadvantage on attack rolls with weapons other than this one, so if you switch from this axe will become very, very jealous. Now, whenever a hostile creature damages you while this axe is in your possession, you must succeed a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, or go berserk. And while berserk, you must use your action each round to attack the creature nearest you with the axe, friend or foe. If you can make an extra attack as part of the attack action, guess what? You use those attacks, moving to attack the next nearest creature after you fell your current target. So you axe the shit out of anyone around you, and when they're not actable, you move on to the next motherfucker. What happens?
Oh my god,
I
not
make
good for Karen.
If you have multiple possible
This
If
is
you
like
have mul-
a Tuesday for Karen.
if you have multiple possible
You do them
targets,
anyway.
you attack one at random. You go berserk until they're all dead. Or you start your turn with no creatures within 60 feet of you that you can see or hear. You may want to stay forward with your friends if you begin to go berserk, because they're going to want to get 60 feet away from you.
Yeah,
But the
that's
plus
outside.
side. Plus side's pretty awesome though.
Downside, pretty bad.
Yeah, but even the curse can be used to your advantage.
Yeah.
What's
think
keeping
the
you
plus
from buying
side
this berserker ass? What's keeping you from buying the berserker? Is it the
Curse?
curse? Is it the price?
I mean,
Our wizard doesn't want to
First,
spend
first.
money.
Look, I'll come down. I should do this. I'll come down to 5,500 gold.
maybe you haven't noticed how charismatic I am.
Oh, I have noticed, which is why I came down to 500. Maybe you haven't noticed how I've stood with my hands equidistance apart for the last 15 minutes. I have some semblance of control, my friend. Look, this Berserker Great Axe might not be free. Maybe you should stick with the +1 axe.
Yeah, this thing sounds like a headache, to be honest.
Yeah, kind of does.
I mean, for real. A headache to up to 4 people around you, am I right? Alright, well let me slip this back into this special carrying case. So no one inadvertently attunes to it, by passing out on the tavern here. On the counter. Let me put this one away. And, awesome. So what I'm hearing is a slew of +1 weapons.
And will you give me anything for my bow if I trade it in for the +1 bow?
I'll give you fair market cost. Or fair market price.
Yeah, in fact, we can probably, while we're doing all this, just sweep the party inventory, sell all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a good
so,
idea.
so 50,
I
50
would
I'll give you
like
50
some
gold.
studded leather too out of all this.
Can you throw in some studded leather?
Because you need some too.
Wait, are you buying
I
the
do.
Berserker Great Axe again?
Well, I'm just gonna grab the studded leather out of the party storage. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Alright.
And I could.
Look, if one of you, if at least one of you buys one of the magical weapons, I will throw in some standard studded leather. Just studded leather. Which is awesome leather. It's not gonna be
Steven,
magical.
do you want to get the dancing greatsword?
What was the cost again?
I'm your 2,000 gold.
Can you do a little better on that?
Come on.
Did you notice his charisma or her charisma?
Let me
Are
see.
you
Let me,
trading
so first off,
anything in? Are you
First off.
trading anything in, Steven?
Yeah, I'm gonna trade in some stuff in.
who's Steven? Who's the Steven character?
Skylar.
Alright, so let me ask you this, so I can put some stuff away. Is there interest in the vicious longbow?
No.
For 350. Alright, Katinka, it goes away. Is there interest in the walloping arrows?
No.
I know, you paused, to be sure.
Well, did you talk about the walloping arrow? Was that the slang one?
I did, they're a mere 600 apiece.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
no.
walloping. No, I'm sorry,
That's
walloping.
different.
Yeah, that is different. Hold on one second.
Hey guys, how do I grab something out of the party storage?
I think you can drag it into your inventory as other adventurers I've seen. Am I wrong about that?
I think you are incorrect. Can anyone else drag something?
Let me try.
So the walloping arrow, it's your creature must succeed a DC strength saving throw, a DC 10, or they're knocked prone. So basically, it's a normal arrow plus potentially knocking someone prone if they don't succeed a DC 10.
That's okay.
Alright.
But thank you.
You are welcome. I hope to see you at Bloodbath and Beyond. And there is also the Longbow of Warning. Did we discuss this?
No.
Well, it's a magic weapon that warns you of danger. While the weapon is in your person, you have the advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you add to, you and any of your companions within 30 feet can't be surprised, except when incapacitated, by something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range, if you are sleeping naturally when combat begins. It's somewhat handy if you're going to be in the wilderness and plan on sleeping outdoors.
And how much is that one?
Let me look in my book here. It'll take me just a 1 second.
Advantage on initiative is nice.
Mm-hmm.
This one will only set you back about 500 gold.
500?
Yes, 500.
Yeah, I like that one.
Ooh, do we have a deal?
We do.
One moment.
And I still get some studded leather, right?
Only if your friend buys a magical weapon, remember.
I
I'm gonna
like
get-
magical weapon.
Oh, you foiled me. Indeed, you are correct. You are correct. Let me see here. 1 second.
Don't forget, I'm training in this bow.
Alright, martial ranged. And let me add this here. So you're interested in the longbow of warning, correct?
Yes.
Now what was our negotiated price? Was it 600 gold?
No.
No. Okay. It was 650? No.
You said
No.
I'm
Try
playing with
again.
you. It was 500 gold.
Yes.
I'm just messing. Alright, let me grab it. Oh, gotta go back to this. Alright, so I'm opening up the merchant. You will find a longbow of warning now in the inventory.
Okay.
At a discounted price of 465 gold due to local cost fluctuations.
What is it under? Weapons. There it is.
And look, studded leather, a bargain. I will just drop right into your inventory. It is a mere 45 gold, but I'm giving it to you because I'm a good person
Yes.
and you negotiated well. You now have it there. Don't forget to select your arrow type in your character sheet when you equip the longbow of warning. There'll be a little drop down next to it.
And did you want to grab this bow that I have to trade in?
Go ahead. You can, I believe, just drag that to the merchant if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe it's sell.
Wait, I have to open the merchant up. Sorry, was it closed? There we go. Did it work? Can you drag it to the merchant and it's gonna give you
I
money?
can go into sell items and just sell
There you
it.
go. Yeah, sell it away. Yeah, you guys should sell whatever you want. Now, Mr. Bing, you were having problems with your inventory, I was told. Party storage.
Yep. I cannot take anything out.
Got it. And you're looking to wear some studded leather. Well, I can help you with that, believe it or not. Let me help you out by dropping that studded leather right into your inventory.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And tell me, did it appear in your inventory?
Yes, it did.
Now, I've made no money on that commission. Or no commission on that transaction. So remember that it was out of the goodness of my heart to help you.
It will stay in my memory forever.
Now, it's getting late and I want to close shop soon. Anyone else interested in anything? I know there was talks of great axes and swords.
Let's do the dancing sword and the great axe.
Yeah, we're gonna take the dancing sword and a +1 great axe to go.
You want fries with that?
Thank you.
Alright, so dancing sword. Give me one moment to prepare your...
That thing sounds cool.
How do we sell our party storage?
This was the dancing greatsword for 2,000 gold, correct?
Yeah, but you were gonna do better on the price you said.
So what price did I tell you?
1,500 potentially, because we bought all this other stuff.
I don't know that I said 1,500, did I?
I said potentially.
Okay, before I make this deal with you, what's the axe that you're picking up? Is it the 1,000 gold great axe at cost, or the vicious great axe for 350?
The +1.
+1. I'll tell you what. If your friend here pays retail, the 1,000 gold, I will give you the dancing sword for 1,800. However, you must buy at least one other item, no matter the cost, from my merchant or from my store. 1,800. I've got many things.
What do you guys think we should? So I basically have $1,200, so I'm short 500 gold pieces. That's a lot. But I can sell stuff too, so I can make some money by selling.
What do you have to sell?
I've got a
we
long.
have in the party to sell too.
Yeah. How do you try to see how much you can sell?
So when you go on the merchant, there's the buy items, but then there's also sell items. You can sell your stuff.
Oh, and how do I go to the merchant? Do I click on him?
Double click.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. That's cool. So I go to sell items. And do I just drag or?
My fine friend, my fine green friend, Karen, I believe. I've dropped a great axe, +1, into my inventory. I gave you a friends and family discount if you grab it quickly, or someone else.
Oh, I see now. Where do I drag this? Oh, I just hit the sell button.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I get it. Alright, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna sell you some stuff. Is that okay?
I just started hitting sell.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to do anything weird. I got it. The items are not worth much.
I've dropped the dancing longsword into my main inventory. I've given you the best deal I can give you on it. I can't come down any more than that without losing my shirt.
So I'm just trying to find it.
Do you think Nick or Noodle would donate some money to Skylar?
How much are you short, Skylar?
Let's see, I've got. I'm short. What's the final price on the thing? I can't find it in your inventory. I'm just looking for it now. Is it 1,800 still?
It's Dancing Longsword. It is 1674.
So.
Tom, how do we sell what's in the party inventory? Because I think did everybody grab what they wanted out of here?
Yeah.
All right, party inventory. I believe you can drag it into the merchant. Can you not?
I'm gonna try that.
Like it sell and try dragging it into the merchant. This is an action-packed episode, you guys. Action-packed.
I'm only short 400 gold, and so if we can sell some stuff, that'll make it up.
I can't open the merchant and the party storage at the same time.
Oh. Well, see. What do you have in there?
Shields, morning stars,
Four morning
swords.
stars.
We have 7 hide armor,
So the, I will.
leather armor, 2 javelins,
Looking at
a short
Looking at your
sword.
inventory, look, I'll give you 200 gold for the lot of it.
Alright, cool.
But that's it.
Yes. Basically, I
You
just
find
need
that
200 gold. Can someone lend me 200 gold?
Oh, 200 gold. Ironically, that's the same amount I just offered, which is annoying to me personally.
No, I need 200 additional on top of the 200.
249. So you now are up by 249, and I'm whacking your inventory is going away.
So is that like 25 platinum then?
20 platinum.
We only need 100 gold now to make it work.
Oh, 100? Okay, so 10 platinum.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you can have 10 platinum.
You know what I can't figure out is how to remove stuff from your phone. Oh, I'm still in voice.
I can't figure out how to remove. Like this, it's just not working. Like your party storage doesn't seem to be releasing things.
It's weird.
Maybe because
Yeah.
I'm in it, let me get out of it.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
How do I give someone money?
Well, yeah,
you-
I'm
in
gonna
the lower left-hand corner, there's a thing that says trade.
Request trade. That one.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know why I can't edit your stuff. I'm gonna close the party inventory, wherever it went. Wait, it's gone. That's probably why. Party storage. Nope.
Oh, check this out. Cool. Well, I'm making some more money. I'm selling more stuff. Oh, yes. Thank you, Fabio.
You guys delete things from
How
your
many
party
do you
storage
need?
yet?
10?
100 in total, so...
Wait, you can't do that.
I did? I thought I accepted it.
Okay. Did it go?
I don't see it pop up yet. Oh, 2 more pieces of gold or platinum. 20 thing. I sold a bunch of stuff, so I'm good. I can almost do it.
So anyone who's done, free movement's on. You are welcome to move out to the campground. So we can actually play the game tonight for a good 5 minutes. I'm starting to yawn.
So if I
Oh.
accept, and then accept again, did I get the current again? Okay, that worked.
How many more did you need? 2?
I think I'm good. Let's see if it
Okay.
updated. Wait, yeah, it didn't actually put it in.
It says you did not respond in enough time, so it's canceled the request.
But it clapped.
No, that was me saying it's time for a beverage. Because your action-packed night has driven me to drink.
Sorry. This shouldn't be so hard.
So how many do you need?
2 platinum.
Only 2 platinum?
Yeah.
Okay.
I accepted. It's saying, oh. Wait, add currencies to, no. Why? Oh, I see. There's a button. Accept. Okay, I think I got it to work. Okay, I'm good. I can buy it now. Thank you, Fabio.
You're welcome.
That was hard for like 2 platinum.
And in the night, a robber comes and steals your damage.
I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed on the currency there's that little filter button. It converts everything automatically. For
It does,
It's
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yes.
Tom, 1600. It's 1674 in the store now. Or
Well, to be fair, I told you 1800 and he gave you a Prince family discount.
tonight I got it.
Look, I'll make a deal with you. Hold on, I got to get back into character.
I think if you threaten to drag this out all night, he'll give you a really good deal.
Look, friend. I need to close. I'm tired. It's been a long day. You know, my journey from Bloodbath and beyond. It has been quite tiring. So here's what we're gonna do. I've come down as far as I can come. So, gentleman's promise. You hit Bloodbath and beyond in Flan, and you buy at least 200 gold worth of goods, and I will forego the rest of the gold here.
Sure.
I'm going to put a hex on this weapon. And
Well,
if
hold it,
you
like,
didn't-
guys, all you have to do is give me 74 gold pieces, and I can just forget about the hex.
It sounds like you've not made good friends.
I am shocked that no one's willing to give me an extra platinum. You know?
Yeah, I'll give you platinum. Hang on.
You sure you don't want to go with the hex layaway plan? It's not a bad plan. See, you fulfill your obligation by agreed upon date, or the weapon is rendered a normal weapon.
Eight platinum, Karen. I think if the Tom conversion numbers here. Are the,
Shit, now, how do I select money?
How
How
many
many
do you need?
I'm sure it's 74 gold.
Which is 8 platinum?
Well,
Yes.
it isn't. Yeah, 8 platinum. Yeah.
Okay.
I see your friend, the wizard, and the dwarfish character have left. I'm guessing they're retiring for the night.
I think so.
I envy them.
How do I trade money?
So here, I can just last.
Thanks, Fabio.
You're welcome.
There we go. Woo! Finally. That was fun.
It
I'm
was.
definitely gonna extra protect you though, for sure.
Yes.
It was 9:15 when we started this conversation. It is now 11:15 p.m.
It's
I'm
been a few
exhausted.
hours.
I'm exhausted. It is dark. I didn't unload my battle axe with a curse, so you know.
And
Got
help
that
that
going
you've
for me.
you're using a crypto platform to sell and trade money.
Yeah. So did you all get what you need? Do you all have the weapons that we agreed upon? Has the transaction's been completed?
I'm just trying to buy it in the list. There it is. It's so hard. There's such a lag on the scroll on the list. It's so hard to get to it. All right, we're done. Yay! Thank you, Fabia.
I also accept Pay Paladin if anyone needs
Seriously.
I'm getting into the fintech space with cryptocurrency.
Hot.
As in cryptocurrency. But anyway,
So hot.
it was lovely transacting with you. I'm going to back out of this room slowly. Goodbye.
Thank you.
And for the love of God, thank God she left. So, so you guys are left in, standing around the tavern. The patrons at first were interested, but over time lost all interest in whatever the hell you guys were doing, which looked like mind-numbingly dull. You have exited these transactions with a lot less money, but some interesting weapons that may serve you well. Who knows? Are you all heading to the campground for the evening? If so,
Yes.
please do so.
How do I?
I will move Zippy.
Hey, Karen, don't forget to equip your new sword, eh?
Yeah, I was just about to tell everybody, don't forget to equip your stuff.
Oh,
I
dear.
equipped it and attuned to it.
Nice.
All right, so you're attuning to it overnight, correct?
Yeah.
Which implies that you are not
On watch.
you are not on watch. But did you have which did you get the bow that watches for you?
Yes.
So you have a real pickle because it can't watch for you till you attune.
Right.
It's
So
all
you're
right.
gonna have to go a long rest without anything. All right.
He doesn't actually sleep though.
So I know this might be mind-numbing, but while you guys make your way out to the campground, you'll be delighted to find out there is narrative.
Excellent.
There you go. There's your little
That's pretty.
campground.
Thomas,
So-
you just put me in the campground.
Where are you?
I don't even know. I think
Alright.
I walked outside.
You're in the campground. And you should know
And
this
I
because the ambience should change to that of a campground.
I can't hear anything.
How come you can't hear anything?
I don't know, because I have it on. It's like mid-range, so I don't know why it's not playing. And I have like my volume on my computer.
Do you guys, does no one else hear sound?
No, I'm hearing it.
They hear it, I just don't.
Oh,
And
you
I'm
may
not
have your
sure why.
ambient sounds turned off. And also select your character. If you don't select your character, you won't hear it.
Well,
Because
either
it's also
that-
it's spatial audio. Yeah, just make sure you just click on your character and that's what it should take. Nothing?
nothing.
All right.
But it's
Well,
okay.
you're missing out on some pretty awesome ambience, but it would just
I
make you yawn.
know.
It'll just make you yawn like Mr. Bing here. So look, check it out, you guys. The campground is delightful, right? The Pickled Campsite is nestled just north of the Pickled Wyvern Tavern, both of which are perched on the east shore of the river Dimblebury, which I should learn how to pronounce. This campsite is a popular destination for travelers and adventurers alike, offering a convenient place to rest before continuing on their journeys. The campsite is situated atop a cliffside, providing a stunning view of the winding river below. The campsite itself is well maintained, with several fire pits, picnic tables scattered throughout the area. A small wooden bridge spans the gap between the cliffside and picturesque River Island, offering campers a chance to explore, fish, or simply relax by the water's edge. Now, for you lot who spent most of their evening shopping, unless you're going for catfish, pretty late for fishing. Anyway, the island is lush with greenery, and its tranquil atmosphere provides a welcome respite from the bustling activity of the tavern nearby. At the Pickled Campsite, you'll find a mix of characters from merchants to traders. God help us all. Taking a break from their river travels to weary adventurers swapping stories and crackling by the fire. The camaraderie that forms between the campers creates a sense of community, making it a warm and inviting place to spend the night. As evening falls, the flickering firelight casts dancing shadows across the cliffside and the river below, while the soothing sounds of the water flowing lull you into a restful or into a peaceful sleep. The Pickled Campsite offers a serene haven amidst the perils and uncertainties of the Moonsea region, making it a favorite among those who know of its existence. Now, As you approach, the only person at this campsite is Mr. Jazz Hands.
You know, I'd given up on you lot. You know, I was just about to turn in. I drank all your pints. Apologies. But it was almost 2 hours since we parted ways. I thought at one moment you may have left. What took you so long?
Can you guys see a map? I can't see a map.
You don't see the campsite.
No, I have a black screen. I saw the image appear, but that was it.
I don't see Steven on the map.
Yes, where's your friend Skylar? Where's the Skylar character? Did he wander off?
Playing with my dancing sword.
Seriously, where is Skylar? What has happened to Skylar? Are you not worried that your friend has disappeared?
There I am. Now I hear the Yankee voice too.
Alright, are we all here? Are we all accounted for now? So I thought before I retired, I'd answer any questions you might have.
Are you coming with us?
I'm willing to go as far as Seacomer. But no farther. No farther. This is pretty important business we're on. Agreed. But I think it's best if we aren't concentrated in one large group. You know, I have other heroes to talk to and other factions, but it is on my way, so I'm happy to go down river with you. But we will have to part ways at Seacomer.
Fine.
Tell me about yourself. We're around a campfire. I drank the pints, but I do have s'mores.
Yes.
Oh, s'mores.
These are the best.
They are a graham cracker and a marshmallow and some chocolate. Forged by the chocolate dwarves of Hershey. All kidding aside,
Is this?
is there any? Are there any questions you might have about the days ahead?
Actually, what is our next move?
Well, you have the Wayfinder case, correct?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
One of you have it,
I do.
and we need you to make your way to Flan. That has not changed. But we did have some intel, as you remember, that in the mines of Tyre. I'd have to recall my notes. I'll look into it in the barge, but I don't want to speak to it because too loudly. These bushes have ears. You know. So
To do our rest, because I have to attune my sword now. But I don't know if we can do that now before we go on our adventure.
So
Why does
As
Mr.
a-
Jazz Hands have the same token as me?
Good taste. Good taste. You know, lazy. You know, I don't know what you're talking about. Quite honestly. I mean,
everybody in the green cloak looks the same from that.
I guess.
Like a hoodie.
Right.
all right, I was in real time changing his look, but I'm not going to bother. So you guys, you know, as you settle into the pickled campsite, the laughter and chatter from the Pickled Wyvern Tavern gradually fades, you know, into the background. The night sky is a tapestry of stars, and the river's soothing melody lulls you into a sense of security. However, amidst the tranquility, you can't help but to notice the occasional rustling of leaves, a fleeting shadow at the edge of the vision. It could simply be a nocturnal animal going about its business, but you can't shake the feeling that you might be under the watch of some watchful eyes. The conversation turns to recent events.
the recent surge of the black cult of the Dragon Ephidian in the area has put everyone on edge. They've been known to spy on travelers and even ambush unsuspecting parties. seeking any information or advantage they can use for their dark schemes. This cult's influence has grown, and it seems that their reach is extending to even peaceful places like Daggerford, as far out as the peaceful pickled campsite.
And as the night deepens, you and your companions remain vigilant, eyes and ears attuned to the slightest hint of danger. The campfire's glow offers a small measure of comfort, but you know beyond its circle of light, the shadows may hide more than just the night's creatures. The possibility of the Black Cult Dragon member lurking nearby weighs heavily on your mind, adding to a note of tension in this otherwise serene evening. So with that, what are you doing? You going to bed for the evening? Anyone standing watch?
I'm an elf. I don't sleep.
You do if you want to attune. Mr. Jazz Hands is heading to that third tent. One of you is welcome to share it with him. And look, he disappeared under the tent. How cool is that? So he's done for the night. He was going to open up questions, but you guys took far too long.
All right, I'll watch. And
So
I say loudly, you know, it would be a shame if I were to start shooting arrows into the bushes.
Awesome. So everyone, Nick and Noodle, bed down. Hope you're okay with that, Fabia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grab your tents. Everyone get into wherever you're going to be. Mr. Bing, where are you going to sit?
Right here.
Oh, sorry. Free move is on.
Yeah, we can't move.
I was just gonna be like right here.
Sounds good.
Actually,
Right.
no, I take that back. I'm gonna move away from the campfire so I'm not like blinded.
Ooh, so strategic.
That is good. Do you have dark vision?
No, I'm a human.
Zippy will stay with Cyrus
Awesome.
because he does have dark vision, so he'll stay with you.
All right. So move him to where you want it. Looks like Mr. Bing has a torch.
He'll hang out. With
Actually, well, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna have a torch going.
All right. Right click over your character. Choose the fire. Turn it off.
Okay. I mean, because there's the light from the campfire, and
All right. So Fabia,
Karen,
you're going
are
into
you
a tent.
going with Mr. Jazz Hands?
Karen's going up to the tent with Mr. Jazz Hands and just like leaning on the opening and exuding 17 charisma,
Oh my god.
waiting to see what Jazz Hands does.
Delightful, Karen. I had hoped you'd be the one to join me in my tent this eve. Make
So,
yourself
Skylar,
comfortable.
are you attuning right now?
Yeah, I went into the tent and I want to attune, but I'll
is that
wait
what
for
they
some-
call it these days?
Yeah, so
Sorry.
Skylar and I will be in the attuning tent.
Yeah, I'm gonna be attuning as well.
All right. So it's 11:15. You guys are all in bed. Actually, by this point, it is probably about 12:15 a.m. Mr. Bing, we're gonna advance 4 hours.
Okay, Zippy, let me know if you see anything.
Will do.
So Zippy's hanging tight with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Bing, I need you to roll perception check. Or actually, I guess both of you. Let me do a fancy roll. So you're both up. Fabia, you're gonna roll the perception check on behalf of Zippy, okay?
Okay.
Oops, I have to choose perception.
Hold it.
Solid. So Zippy notices the movement to the north. About probably somewhere beyond the bushes to the north.
I let Cyrus know. Zippy lets Cyrus know.
Zippy, do you want to go invisible and kind of
Absolutely.
flank around them?
Yep.
All right. All right, so you're moving north?
Yep.
All right, so just beyond the trees, you see some dark shadows. You see Zippy head around, and you see two dark figures.
Because he can go this far, can he?
He can, and he's right below him. He sees two cloaked figures lurking in the shadows. They don't see Zippy, but they definitely have an eye on Bing, so they're aware of Mr. Bing.
Does he have as much? I can get back to him, can I?
Yeah, you're sort of in free. You're not in combat yet, so you're just tell me what you're doing and go from there.
So as soon as he sees what's there, he flies back to let him know what's going on.
Right.
All right. So is he gonna is he gonna speak, or how's he gonna communicate with? And
He's
he
gonna
can't.
whisper he's gonna whisper in his ear.
All right. So he's staying invisible, though, correct?
Yes.
So I believe that if he speaks, his invisibility is gonna go.
Yeah, but we're like how many feet from the fire?
You are.
Visibility is going to be kind of low, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, so just on the Bing, roll an investigate. So so Zippy's whispered in your ear that there's a couple of characters up to the north. What do you want to do?
I tell Zippy, why don't you make some noise if they start approaching, and I'm gonna casually walk over to this tent like I'm just up stretching my legs.
All right.
He'll play in the bushes over there.
So Zippy with his vision can actually see them.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees the two characters slip away. So they disappear to the north, like silently.
I mean, should we follow them?
Not just the two of us.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Right, so the two characters left. Zippy got a good look, but they're no good. So just standing there audibly, to the west, you hear a splash, as if someone's entering the river, and you see a dark figure heading downstream, like in the river. A little hastily, made a little bit more noise than they expected, but it's a pretty steep embankment. So whoever it was made them, you can tell, made their way through some brush, down to the shore, and it's gone. So you definitely had some company, but the good news is it didn't amount to too much.
All right. Now we'll let him go.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go 4 more hours. Take a second. As the sun comes up, it's becoming a little unresponsive for some reason, so give it a second to catch up with itself. In IRL, I'm covered with mosquitoes. I gotta close the garage door. I forgot to do that before it got dark. I said IRL.
Yes.
In the real world.
Dawn starts to come. The area gets brighter. Wow, it is a little bit laggy. Is it laggy for you guys too?
It was laggy in the last thing, but now it's not so bad.
All right. Yeah. Let's see where we are. It's gonna drag it instead of going an hour at a time.
It's not bad for me.
There you go. It should be morning, like late morning. To be honest with you. Oh Christ! It's not. It's 1 p.m. Well, I'm just not. I want advance time. So anyway, it's morning. So you guys wake up, right? Cock-a-doodle-doo. The sun's come up. You can see it's a lovely campground. You hadn't really seen it in the daytime. You see a small barge off to the northwest, welcoming you. Mr. Jazz Hand gets up. what happened in that tent stays in that tent. And he suggests,
Does anybody need some
Maybe.
cure light wounds?
I say, so, kind of, yeah. So I am going to hit long rest for everyone because you'll get this credit, and we're going to hit long rest, and it should pop up something on your screen probably. And it, for some reason, even though I told it not to, it advanced the time to 9 p.m.
Just gotta roll back time. Turn back time.
Finish that. Let's take that time back down. Bring that sunlight back out. And we'll go from there. All right. So, Mr. Jazz Hands suggests that you guys, eat some food. Welcomes you into the morning and says, he's got a captain all ready, to take it's a kind of a barge. It's gonna be a little bit cramped, but it's gonna take you down the river. He toyed between the river and the road and felt that the river would provide the fastest travel as well as a little bit more protection. A little, and while you might be out in the open a little bit, and there's nowhere for anyone to hide for a durable amount of time. Right, so he felt that was a little bit safer than the road. Unless anyone has objections, he's going to suggest that you guys get on the boat. Any objections?
Let's do
No,
it.
I do mention to him about our visitors during the night and the.
I was wondering if you were going to mention that to anybody.
Yeah.
Well, Zippy would have told me for sure.
Yeah.
So what do you tell them about what you saw?
Precisely what I saw. That there were, we had a couple of people approach in the bushes. Zippy, kind of got a better look at them than I did, but they backed off. And then we heard somebody kind of scrambling down the banks and getting into some kind of watercraft and going downstream, I think.
And Nick asks, so what did they look like? 'Cause he's a little worried that it might be the cultists.
I assume that they were. Who else would be watching us?
Well, are you sure they were watching you? I'm being Nick. Let me go into a character so I'm not just being me.
I'm not, but I'm assuming that. Since I'm just assuming that we've got the eyes of the Blue Oyster cult on us.
Yeah, it makes sense. But did Zippy describe were they wearing armor? Were they wearing robes? Were they dressed in black? Does Zippy even see in color? I don't even know these things.
Zippy will explain exactly what he saw.
Okay then. Explain.
Well, what did he? We thought it was a black call of the dragon, right? They were in
So you
dark
saw
robes.
so Zippy saw two characters in silhouette. No one did an investigation. No one looked deeper. He saw two characters in silhouette. Came back, told Cyrus that there were a couple of characters. Cyrus made a move for the tents, which makes a lot of sense. It was enough of a signal that whoever was there took off. Whether they were friend or foe or two drunkards urinating, one wouldn't know, because no one actually dove in deep enough to actually understand what they were. It was a little odd that whoever was to the west took the watery path out of the area, right? So you heard the splash, and you heard him sort of make his way up, or he or she, I don't know which, up the river. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, your spidey sense says it may have been Black Cult, or it could have just been some people.
I still think it's safe to assume that they were cultists.
Yeah.
At least we should assume that and just prepare for that eventuality that they're like they may have somebody just up the river or down
Makes
the
sense.
river. I don't know.
Makes sense. So, so attunement wise, looks like Skylar, you successfully attuned. Anyone else attuning? I just want to verify that you're attuned.
I was attuning to my longbow.
Okay, Fabio, let me check it out. Longbow of warning. Edit. Excuse me. Those. Details. Attuned. And save. Yep, it did it. Attuned. So it must attune automatically when you equip it.
Yeah.
And I will add it to your quick list. And go from there. And you also, are you going to put on any, like your studded leather? Are you going to equip any of that?
I think I did. Didn't
Nope.
I do that?
Nope. Well, I can do it for you real quick, just for
No,
shits
it
and
looks
giggles.
like it is on mine. That's why I asked.
All right, I just double checked for you. All right.
Okay.
All right. So you guys making your way down to the boat?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do.
Awesome. Awesome. It's loading. And Mr. Jazz Hands, I believe, agreed to go, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
staying with us forever.
Yeah.
Just like you
I-
promised.
I have a hard time believing that's his plan, but one can't be sure. Give me 1 second.
My secret plan is to get pregnant and then trap his ass.
I like it. Yes. Old palimony.
Oh my.
Child support.
Give me 1 second, guys.
I did like it. So somebody was commenting about on the D&D movie about how the powerful NPC that like shows up and then disappears for no particular reason.
Oh, in the middle, like the most like you've seen it all, right? Have all of you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, so like the sort of the clueless paladin, that guy,
Yeah.
who was quite honestly my favorite person.
Yes.
All right, give me 1 second, and I'm gonna load you up.
Tom, did you guys all go and see it?
Yeah, it was interesting. My son and I went to breakfast in the morning, and you know, we talked about sort of like we never really do anything that Dad wants to do, right? It's always like family stuff, whatever else. And I'm like, yeah, I had planned, I was gonna go see the D&D movie. I was pretty excited, but I want to go see it on a big ass screen with like stupid immersion, whatever else, right? A lot of fun with a bunch of like nerdy people, because it's gonna be full of nerdy people. I was sure, right? I said, that's no big deal. I said, I think we're going to go see Mario Brothers today. So we were going to go do that as a family. And then Michelle, the kids, they're like, yeah, let's go see a movie. They bought tickets and surprised me with tickets to Dungeons and Dragons as a family, which was a little awkward because I know how Michelle feels about Dungeons and Dragons, to be perfectly frank.
But she would think Chris.
I think she enjoyed it. But here's the thing,
Yeah.
I think I may have did I send you guys a picture? The theater we'd never been to this theater. It was really new. It was very pretty, whatever else. But I was like, how could there be a theater in this like small little strip mall area, right? Well, it turns out that this theater was 10 seats wide
Oh wow.
and maybe 10 inches larger on each side than my actual television. So I did not get that cinematic whatever. It was very, very, very small, right?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it was mostly like listening to a bunch of mouth breathers watch a movie like right on top of me on a small screen. But
Terrible.
I really did appreciate the thought.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'll just leave
for
that. I'll just
sure.
leave that. So that was lovely. All right, oh, I didn't activate. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Activate. Wonder Twin
I
Powers.
just thought it was interesting
Activate.
that the Harpers were in the movie,
Yeah.
and so was the map that we've been on before.
Look at this.
Yes.
Do the chat.
Oh,
You're in a boat.
We're
So
on a plane.
So the journey from Daggerford or Wyvern, the pickled wyvern, to be really clear. It's very picturesque and it's potentially eventful, right?
And Mr.
You know,
Jazz Hands looks different than me.
he
Yeah.
changed. He heard you, and he was like, "Whatever, man." So as you set
Or was
off,
he just like, "Ooh, this is awkward. I should change clothes."
Yeah, he's like, you know. So we both shop at Ross, dress for less. But anyway, you set off. You're greeted by the sight of a verdant countryside with lush fields, dense forest stretching out as far as the eye can see. The river is a shimmering, I say blue, but let's argue it's green. Green ribbon. And it meanders through the landscape, reflecting this azure sky above. It's really a lovely journey, right? You set off in the morning.
Zippy?
Zippy's not with you. I can grab Zippy off for 1 second. Let me grab the Zipmeister. Zippy. So Zippy is now there. How's that?
Yeah.
All right, so there's Zippy. So it's a little crowded, right? Behind you have Captain Smirts, right? You're sort of light on supplies. It's sort of what you can carry. Smirts has sort of carried the essentials, and says it's going to be like a 2 to 3 day, depending on the currents, boat ride to Seacomer, right? The river captains have said it's been somewhat uneventful so far, right? So your voyage is not without its challenges, right? There's rivers, swift currents, and hidden sandbars test your skills as navigators. With the ever-present threat of bandits and hostile creatures, right? Like you remember, top of your mind is like there were people who were sort of checking you out. Again, they could have just been drunkards urinating after their night at the tavern. Who knows? But despite these obstacles, you find moments of camaraderie and wonder during your journey, right? So the question is, do you have any, what are you guys going to do? Are you just going to hang tight? How are you going to spend your time? Are you chit-chatting? You've got 2 interesting characters. You've got Mr. Jazz Hands, the Harper, who knows a bit about harpering and the Black Cult of the Dragon, and you have Captain Smirts, who you've learned is a local, right? Knows the area pretty well. Doesn't spend too much time in Seacomer, but alas, does know the area. Or you could just listen to the light sounds of the forest.
It's kind of soothing.
It's a bit rainy, a bit misty.
Very Apocalypse Now. Going into the jungle vibes.
So tell me, what brings you here?
Fame, fortune, riches.
Ooh. I approve of both fame, fortune, and riches. Well, I guess it's not approve of both. It's I approve of all of those things. But why specifically are you heading to Seacomer?
We're just going where the spirit moves us.
Interesting. That doesn't explain why Mr. Jazz Hands here has offered me an extra 50 gold hazard pay. Notice how my stance is low in the boat.
Well, it's the spirit's moving us through dangerous areas.
I don't know if you've heard this before, but have you ever? I don't know how long you guys have been together, but have you ever been told you don't match? You are quite the ragtag bunch.
We're moms,
you've got this wiry wizard fella. Looks like he got his outfit at a Spencer's gift shop of some sort. You've got this quite lovely half, and I don't often say it about half orcs. And this charismatic Bing, who I've noticed has placed himself far from me, so I will not take that personally. But yeah, and your little imp fella who keeps asking me if I've considered the path of Satan. I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but alas, if you prefer your travel in silence, who am I to offend? I would just ask that at least 2 of you keep an eye on the shore at all times.
Okay. So how long have you been driving for Uber?
Well, this isn't my main job, right? I've actually invested in a burger franchise called White Castle in Flan. But this is this is sort of my day job. As soon as I have enough money, as much as I enjoy this, I plan on making a go of it there. Small businesses thrive in Flan. I don't know if you've gotten to literature.
So who are our most eagle-eyed? I guess I don't know. I'm sure everybody's just kind of watching for.
Yeah.
I do have the bow of warning now.
Oh, that's right.
Within 30 feet.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
So the time progresses to about 2:30, and are you all watching? Like I'm gonna do a group roll for perception, as I am wont to do.
Do it.
And it'll be about one of these every 4 hours of travel. Hey, but at least the scenery's moving and giving you that sense of progress, as opposed to standing around a bar shopping with a merchant. At least you got that going. Yeah, so like that's what I love about my boat. Hope you find it,
It feels very Pirates of the Caribbean, like the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like
I don't know. I don't know that. Is that something that happens in the Theater of the Round in Flan? I've not seen this show.
Brilliant.
Sorry, I meant to take a drink of my martini while I was telling you what was happening, but I single test it. Zippy doesn't roll for these things, just you.
No, he has a different name. It's Varus.
Bars.
Oh, oops. He's supposed to be a linked character. It's Zippy. It's Zippy,
Okay.
but for today, he's asked if you call him Varus.
Okay.
So Noodle and Skylar, strong perceptions. You're being watched. You're being watched by something. Upon you think the North Shore. There's a small trail you've been told that sort of runs parallel at times to this river, and you've definitely spied a character or two that trying to look nonchalant on horses, just sort of like side-eyeing you guys. So if you want,
should we take him out? What do you guys think?
Don't kill. I love it.
so the next time you, if your plan is then to sort of look for, be ready for that sort of a thing, we can do that. And so you have an awareness now, right? So between last night and now, something's up.
I say we'd be ready for them.
So let's advance some time.
Well, I'm wondering if we should have somebody like on that northern path.
We don't have horses though. I don't think we can keep up.
Can Zippy keep up with the boat?
Yeah, Zippy could keep up with the boat.
Okay.
That's a good
I'll put on free move, but you have to promise me that you guys aren't going to move around on the boat. I mean, you can move on the boat. You can't move off
Tip
the
it
boat.
over.
All right, so Zippy's allowed. Zippy can move around freely.
So I would like him to just go invisible and
Okay.
fly discreetly towards the north and just kind of report back to me what he sees.
So he's gonna scout. He's gonna scout to the north of you, not ahead. I just want to make sure that we're defining north as the same.
North-ish ahead, like.
Right. Well, move him where you want him. He'll
So,
fly. He'll
is
fly
it,
over the trees.
Is it 100?
Yeah. I mean, he's in free movement, so I'll let you move him within his range over and over again. So move him to where you want him to be, really.
It says in movement with at least one ball.
Let me get him off the boat. He's on a boat.
Okay.
Okay, so where'd Zippy go? Varus. Oh, so suddenly Varus is. Did I just drop Skylar into the water?
You did.
Yeah.
Sorry, Skylar. So Zippy's now.
That's as far as I can move him because of my screen, but I'd like him to go probably a little bit further.
All right, a little further north. There you go.
And a little bit. Where did?
He's under the trees. He's sort of flying under the
Yeah.
trees because he wouldn't be able to see if he was above.
Yeah.
I'll bring him down a little bit so you'll see him peeking out from time to time. How's that?
Yeah. And I'll have him continue to report back to me, and I do want him to be a little bit ahead of us.
Yeah. Now.
Over here.
Move. Yeah, you control him. Now, a moment of admiration for your GM, who you'll notice your scenery is moving at 3 different speeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is
So,
fantastic.
You're very much in Flintstones mode. So you probably will see the same window pass by over and over again. So let's move. Zippy, Fabia, roll just you because he's the one looking, right? Roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you roll a quick investigation check because it's beyond. He's looking specifically for something.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was very terrible.
He has his own though, doesn't he?
So
Or no?
he has not really. Yeah. So Zippy's out there, and you suddenly start to get a chill from Zippy, right? Because as you and your companions navigate the winding river aboard your sturdy vessel, the lush green landscape seems almost idyllic. The journey from Daggerford to Sycamore has been relatively peaceful, with only the occasional wildlife sighting to break the monotony. However, as you round the bend in the river, you suddenly notice a group of 6-cloaked figures standing on the shore, their black garments adorned with symbols of sinister black cult of the dragons. They appear to be waiting for you, their expressions cold and determined. So,
Is my bow going off?
So, just as you notice them, there's an explosion from the water.
Oh.
All right, give me one moment. Boom! There's
Is that
there's
a
some
dragon?
people. No,
Crocodile.
No, I need to know because I have.
it is not a dragon.
Bill.
It is Crocodile named Bill. And if you all don't have the Jim Croce song going through your head, I don't know what's wrong with you. So I will just say, all of you get added here, and here's your narrative. So with an unsettling sense of purpose, the cultists begin chanting in unison, and you can feel the air around you growing heavy with dark energy. A moment later, the river's surface begins to roil and churn as if stirred by some unseen force. Suddenly, a monstrous crocodile emerges from the murky depths, its enormous size, gnarled scales betraying its unnatural origins. It explodes up from the river, all but stopping your boat. The giant crocodile lunges towards your boat, its gaping maw filled with razor-sharp teeth, threatening to tear the vessel apart. With the cultists blocking your path, you and your companions must quickly devise a plan to deal with both the monstrous beast and the sinister masters. And I don't know about you, but after about 10 hours of narrative and merchant experiences, I'm pretty excited to be able to say, anyone? Anyone know what I'm going to say? Anyone? All right.
Roll for inventory.
How's our time, by the way?
Almost done.
9.
Yeah, it's almost done. So, roll for initiative, please.
What?
I will roll for Noodle. And then I will hit begin combat. And we will decide what to do as soon as the last 2 people roll.
I'm just bringing up the thing. Sorry.
No worries.
There you go. Oh, shit.
And Skylar, you got to roll. And here we go. All right, so you're in combat. There's a giant crocodile has jumped from the ground, or, from the river. You're surrounded by cultists, so clearly it doesn't take a genius to know that you've been sort of sized up. At the camp, your intuition tells you that they were sort of getting a read on how big the party was going to be to right size this experience, right? It is also not lost on you that there's a bunch of cultists controlling a giant creature. Right, this is starting to become a theme. So here you are. Now, it is 9:07. So, I truly thought that within 5 minutes of playing tonight, we would be at this point. But alas, here we are. Did you guys want to take a couple of hits, or did you guys want to table this until next time? I defer to the wisdom of the crowd. Full disclosure: at this time next week, we will be able to play. We will be able to play. I will not be in India yet. I leave for India on Thursday.
You're going to India?
Yes, I'm heading to Bangalore. 26-hour travel. 26 hours. So, Michelle gets back from Mexico, and the next day I leave for Bangalore.
Wow.
She got the better trip, man.
Yeah, you know.
My bow is not equipped in the thing.
Oh, I will let you equip it, because I know that was your intent.
I don't know.
So, Karen, did you guys want to take a couple of actions? You want to go through one round? Did you guys want to stop now? I'm good. I defer to you guys. What's that?
Yeah. I say we call it and just pick it up from the start.
I was leaning towards that, but I didn't want to take away the fact that we have played 2 sessions without any blood spill, which is that is not your style.
Gotta have that.
It happens.
Yeah,
Shopping's
it is.
fun.
I think you guys have done a solid hour and a half of merchant experiences, so that's fun.
And I last week, so maybe I was excited for the merchant experience.
No. Look, merchant experiences are part of D&D, right? Like it is absolutely. And first off, my question is, is everyone visible?
I think so.
I mean, are you seeing?
Zippy is, but that's fine. Like,
Up to
Okay,
the
there they are.
right, Russia. Who's Russia?
Russia. What?
we have all sorts of friends.
I'm gonna move Zippy back. Just
To me?
I would assume that he would have come back to the boat when shit got real, right? So,
Yeah.
so there's Zippy. So when we next play, we're at the top of the stack. There has been no combat yet. Karen is up first. Actually, you guys are stacked pretty well, right? Karen, Noodle, then Bill. Bill is the Crocodile. It seems that you have identified at least 4 cultists. I believe 4. Is it right? 4?
More like 5.
Well, I mean, to the north is what, 3, and to the south is 3.
3, 6.
Yeah, so there's a good number, at least that you know of. There's at least 6 cultists flanking the river, waiting for you. This was a moment that they knew was going to happen, so they were prepared. So they had some intel. Your ship is at an all stop. The water has roiled and boiled, and a crocodile has emerged, and you're getting ready to rumble. You do not know the capabilities of the captain. You do not know the capabilities of Mr. Jazz Hands, but you're hoping that they've got some fight in them. Any questions or comments before we continue next time?
Thank you, Thomas, for DMing.
Oh, no worries. As always, it's it's interesting. I joke a lot about the merch or about the buying stuff, but it is a part of the game, right? Making sure you're well equipped. And quite honestly, when then you guys play next, you have some shiny new weapons to try out.
That's
And
right.
I tried to keep them reality based, so I didn't offer you anything that was too insane. Like other than that dragon weapon, which there's no way you could have afforded, right? 24,000 gold pieces.
That's insane.
But goals,
Gives us
right?
something to work towards.
Yeah, it's goals, right? That's maybe one of your OKRs for 2023. All right.
Boo.
Boo indeed. All right, so if there's no questions, then, until the next time on the Elegant 8 Adventure Sagas, always a pleasure.
Thanks, everyone.
Yay! Thanks for the game,
Yay.
everyone.
See you guys.
Bye.